Hello everyone, I am Parikshit Saikia and welcome to a super exciting session on Unacademy CAT-alyst. In today's session, we are going to learn how to solve logical reasoning puzzles. I will show you some super awesome tricks and strategies which you might not have seen before. And trust me, if you follow these super awesome tricks, you're going to get your answer in seconds. So let's get started for this very exciting LR session on Unacademy. Okay, this is me, your educator on Unacademy with the highest live class rating thanks to my learners. A lot of happenings on Unacademy in the next few days. The 19th of May, we have a weekday batch starting. The 22nd of May, a weekend batch. And then on the 22nd of May, another Unlock CAT 2022 batch. So if you are a CAT 2021 or a 2022 aspirant, remember this is the right time to start your preparation and enroll for one of these batches. If you are enrolling for one of these batches, remember to use the code which you see on your screen, Parikshit Live. Because if you use this code, A, you get 10% off on the subscription fee, and B, this is the only code which gives you free mentorship. I repeat, free mentorship, and mentorship is going beyond your class hours to help you with any doubts that you might have at any point of time. Also, you might wish to enroll for Iconic CAT 2021. You can use the same code for a discount. Let's get started with today's session. Okay, now on your screen is a caselet. We will read it together and then we are going to solve this. Okay, let's start. In a school of 100 students, each of them plays at least one sport among cricket, football, volleyball, basketball, hockey, and tennis. It is known that exactly 90 play cricket, 80 play football, 70 play hockey, 60 play basketball, 40 play volleyball, and 10 play tennis. And then you have some questions, right? So you know what? People are playing at least one sport. So when I say at least one sport, can I say minimum one among these six? Minimum one among six sports. So let's write down the numbers. How many are playing cricket? Cricket, 90 of them are playing cricket. How many are playing football? 80 of them are playing football. Okay. What about hockey? 70 of them are playing hockey. What about basketball? 60 of them are playing basketball. Volleyball, 40 of them play volleyball, and 10 of them are playing tennis. Correct? Now, how do you solve such a case then? Some of you might think that, okay, one way probably of solving would be using a Venn diagram. But just try to realize the fact that there are six sports here, six sports. Can you draw a six-set Venn diagram? Highly impossible. Drawing a six-set Venn diagram in a competitive exam would be next to impossible. So that's out of the question, right? Venn diagram is not possible. So let's try to develop some innovative way of solving these questions. So what's your first question? What is the maximum number of students who play exactly 4 of the 6 games? So question number 1 is maximum 4 games. Okay, maximum 4 out of 6. Okay, that's what I need to solve. Okay. So I think I will love to draw a figure for this because a figure will make things easy. Let's try to draw a figure for this. Okay. So what I will do, I'm trying to draw a figure. And in this figure, let's assume that there are total of 100 students because that's what the question says. So let's draw 100 students. So let's say student 1, roll number 2, roll number 3, roll number 4, roll number 99, roll number 100. So there are 100 students standing in a row, starting from roll number 1 to roll number 100. Okay, I hope no doubts up till here. I hope no doubts up till here. Okay, let's start. First game, cricket. How many students need to play cricket? 90 students. So any 90 students can play cricket. Any 90, right? So let's draw. Let's say I'm asking roll number 1 to roll number 90 to play cricket. I'm just drawing a line, okay? 90 students, roll number 1 to roll number 90 are playing the first game, which is cricket. Next game, football. How many students need to play football? 80. 80. Remember what is the intention. The question wants you to ensure that one student is playing 4 games. One student is playing 4 games. So when it comes to football, let's have the same student, okay, same set of students playing football as well. So how many students do I need? 80 students. So let's say roll number 1 to roll number 80 are playing football. Next, hockey. How many students are playing hockey? 70 students I need. I need them to play hockey. Let's say roll number 1 to roll number 70 are playing hockey. What about the fourth case? Basketball. 60 students. So let's say roll number 1 to roll number 60 are playing basketball. I think now you need to take a pause. Why do I say that you take a pause? Think about it very carefully. Think about it very carefully. You know what? Roll number 1 to 60, if you are observing it carefully, they are playing 4 games. Can you see? Roll number 1 to 60 at this point of time are playing 4 games. And that is what the question wanted. They wanted maximum students to play 4 out of the 6 games. 4 out of the 6 games. So 1 to 60 is already playing 4 games. Can you see this? Roll number 1 to 60 is already playing 4 games. So now do not touch roll number 1 to 60. Do not touch roll number 1 to 60 for the simple reason that they are already playing 4 games. Okay, if you ask them to play the next game, they would be playing 5 games, but that's not what you want. You want them to play only 4 games. So don't touch them, because if you make them play one more game, they would end up playing 5 games. So do not touch roll number 1 to 60. Next, what's the next number? Volleyball. I need 40 students to play volleyball. 40. But remember, you are not touching 1 to 60. Why? They're already playing 4 games. So which students will you touch? Remember, 40 students you need. 40. So if I say 40, can I say it can be roll number 61 to 100? Because at the end of the day, for volleyball, you need 40 students. So where will this come from? 61 to 100. Roll number 61 to 100 is now playing volleyball. Correct? Now again, take a pause. When you take a pause, observe what is happening. Roll number 61 to 70. Have a look. Roll number 61 to playing is playing the last game. Roll number 61 to 70 is playing the third game. Roll number 61 to 70 is playing the second game. And roll number 61 to 70 is playing the first game. So 61 to 70 also now is playing 4 games. Will you agree? Roll number 61 to 70 is also playing 4 games. It is playing all 4 games. Can you see? First game it plays, second game it plays, third game it plays, and the fifth game. So 61 to 70 also is playing 4 games. And question is maximum 4. So now do not touch roll number 61 to 70. Do not touch, because if you touch them, they will be playing 5 games. If you make them play the next game, they will end up playing 5 games. So do not touch roll number 61 to 70 also. Next, last game. What is the last game? Tennis. How many students I need? 10 students. But remember, you are not going to touch up till 70, because if you make 61 to 70 play the last game, they will end up playing 5 games. So don't touch them. Who will play? Who will play? Obviously, the next set of students. Who are the next set of students? 71 to 80. 71 to 80. Can you see this? So how many games now 71 to 80 plays? 71 to 80 is playing the last game. 71 to 80 is playing the second last game. 71 to 80 is playing the second game. And 71 to 80 is playing the first game. So 71 to 80 is also playing 4 games. And you are done. Question is, how many maximum students can play 4 out of the 6 games? Answer is 80. Answer is 80. Do you get this? This is a super awesome way of solving your questions just by drawing lines. Just by drawing lines, you can get your answer. Followed? If you are not followed, don't worry. I'm going to do the second one. You will understand. I hope people who have watched this completely have understood. Okay. Let's look at number 2. Let's look at number 2 so that if anyone doesn't understand, you will understand once I solve question number 2. Okay. Let's look at question number 2 now. Let's look at question number 2. So this is a very awesome method of solving sums. maximum minima wala sums, maxima minima sums just by drawing lines. Let's look at question number 2. What is the maximum number of students who play 5 of the 6 games? 5 of the 6 games. So remember, there are a total of 100 students. There are a total of how many students? 100 students. So let's imagine. How will you imagine? Let's imagine 100 students are standing in a queue like this. And let's call them roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3, roll number 4, roll number 5, dot, 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 up till 100. So roll number 1 to roll number 100 is standing in a queue. Okay. Let's start. What do you want? You need students to play maximum 5 games. Maximum 5 games, right? So let's start drawing this. First game. What is the first game? The first game is cricket, and I want 90 students to play cricket. So let's draw a line. Let's say I ask roll number 1 to 90 to play cricket. 1 to 90 to play cricket. So remember the intention. Intention is one student needs to play 5 games. One student, 5 games. So let's go to the second game. Football. So obviously you'd want the same student to play football because at the end of the day, you want him to play 5 games. So let's look at football. So football, how many students? 80 students. So let's say roll number 1 to roll number 80 is playing football. Similarly, hockey, keep going till he plays 5 games. Till he plays 5 games. 70. So roll number 1 to 70 is playing the third game as well. What about the fourth game? Basketball, 60 students. So again assume roll number 1 to roll number 60 is playing the fourth game. What about the fifth game? Volleyball, 40. So again assume roll number 1 to roll number 40 is playing the fifth game. Now you take a pause. Why do you take a pause? Remember and have a look. You know what? At this point of time, if you have observed carefully, can you see? Roll number 1 to roll number 40 is playing 5 games. Can you see this? Roll number 1 to roll number 40. If you look at my box, the shaded box, right? This box, roll number 1 to roll number 40 is playing 5 games. And question is all about maximize students who play 5 games. So roll number 1 to 40 is already playing 5 games. If you make them play the last game, they will be playing 6 games, and that's not what you want. You want them to play 5 games. So you got to stop here. And do not touch roll number 1 to 40 again. Do not touch roll number 1 to 40 again. Okay. So how much is it? So let's write it down. Roll number 1 to 40, you don't touch them, because if you touch them and make them play one more game, they would end up playing 5 games. Let's look at the next game. Tennis. You still have one more game, right? Tennis. How many students do you need? 10 students. Remember, 1 to 40 you are not going to touch. 1 to 40 you are not going to touch. So who will come? 41 to 50. 41 to 50. Now if you are observing carefully, 41 to 50 is also playing 5 games. Can you see? Last game, 41 to 50 plays the last game. 41 to 50 plays the first game, second game, third game, fourth game, and the last game. 41 to 50 is only not playing the fifth game. So 41 to 50 is also playing 5 games. So at the end of the day, if I ask you how many students, maximum how many students are playing 5 of the 6 games? Answer is 50. Answer is 50. Do you follow this? Just draw lines and you can get your answer. So whenever you get to solve questions, right, they give you a question, maximize, minimize, just draw the lines and solve it. It's that easy. Right? Question number 2, answer is 50. Let's look at question number 3 now. Okay. 3 is, what is the minimum number of students who play cricket, football and hockey? So you don't need all the games this time. You just need cricket, football and hockey. Which is 90, 80 and 70, right? These are the 3 numbers that you need to take care of. Let's look at question number 3 now. Cricket is 90 students, football is 80 students, hockey is 70 students. So let's draw this again. So what will you assume? Remember, there are total of 100 students. So let's assume that the 100 students are standing in a row. And let me call them roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3, dot, 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 up till roll number 100. Up till roll number 100. So 100 students standing in a queue. Remember, this time you need just the opposite. You don't need maximum. You rather need minimum students to play the games, to play all three games. Okay. So let's start. Let's start. First set of students. Cricket. You know what? 90 students need to play cricket. 90. So let's draw a line. Let's say roll number 1 to roll number 90 is playing cricket. Next, football. 80 students. 80 students need to play football. But this time you got to be careful. You are not maximizing, you are minimizing. Means you don't want the same student to play 3 games. You don't want the same student to play 3 games. Right? So what will happen when they are saying you need 80 students to play football? Probably you need a different set of students to play football. Why? You need to minimize. The previous 2 questions you had to maximize, but now you need to minimize. So you need a different set of students to play football. How many students? 80. So who do you ask? Don't ask the same set of students. Ask different people. Different. So 80 students. So can I say roll number 21 to roll number 100 would be an ideal scenario? Roll number 21 to roll number 100. Don't start from 1 because that case it would be a repetition. You are maximizing, but here you need to minimize, right? So you don't need the same set of students to play 3 games. You need football 80 players. So how many players? 80. So roll number 21 to roll number 100. Perfect. And the last game. And the last game. How many students you need to play the last game? 70. 70. Who should you ask? Objective, don't forget. You don't want the same students to play 3 games. So anyone who is playing 1 game or 0 games, you make them play hockey. Anyone who is playing 1 game, you make them play hockey. Why? Because if someone is playing 2 games and you ask him to play hockey, he would end up playing 3 games. That's not what the question says. So anyone who is playing 1 game in our diagram, anyone who is playing 1 game in our diagram, exactly, who is he? Remember, 1 to 20, if you are able to visualize, is playing just 1 game, is playing just 1 game. Similarly, roll number 91 to 100, if you are able to visualize, is also playing just 1 game, right? So if I have to have students playing hockey, make these students, the colored ones, 1 to 20 and 91 to 100 to play hockey. Will you agree? Why? Because they are playing 1 game only, right? So let's put them, let's say 1 to 20 and then 91 to 100, right? So let's draw them, 1 to 20 and then 91 to 100. Remember, these are students, so the line need not be continuous. You can break it. These are roll numbers, 1 to 20 and then 91 to 100. So how many students have you taken? 1 to 20 is 20 students, 91 to 100 is 30 students. So 30 students you have selected. Now you know what? You still need 40 more. Why? Because the total is 70. Total is 70. So you already selected 30. Another 40 you need. Where will you select the 40? Now you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. These 40 students, whoever you select, it could be 21 to 60. It could be 31 to 70. Whoever you select now, they will end up playing 3 games. They will end up playing 3 games. So it doesn't matter. Whoever you make them select, whoever you select, remember 21 to 60. As an example, you can draw the line anyway now. 21 to 60. Let's say you select them. 21 to 60. And you are done. So how many students are playing 3 games? How many minimum students are playing 3 games? Remember, these are the set of students who are playing minimum 3 games. Which are these set? These are the set of students from roll number 21 to 60. It could be 31 to 70 also. Doesn't change your answer. 21 to 60 or 31 to 70 or 41 to 80. For that matter, how many students? 40 students. 40. So what's your answer for the third one? 40. Do you follow this? This is a very awesome way of solving sums. Very, very awesome way. And in this way, you can solve any sum on maxima and minima. Yes? Okay. So I must tell you, there is a super awesome offer going on Unacademy at the moment. Super awesome offer going on Unacademy at the moment. What is that super awesome offer? If you subscribe to Unacademy today, only for 6 months, you subscribe for a 6 month, okay? Unacademy Plus for 6 months. We in Unacademy are going to extend your subscription till the CAT. But for that to happen, you got to use the code Parikshan Live. So remember, if you subscribe to Unacademy Plus using the code Parikshan Live, overall 3 benefits that you get. Benefit 1, you get a 10% discount on the subscription fee. Benefit 2, you subscribe for 6 months and we in Unacademy are going to extend your subscription till the CAT using the code Parikshan Live. That's benefit 2. And benefit 3, this is the only code on Unacademy which will give you free mentorship. I repeat, free mentorship from my side. And when I say mentorship, it's basically I talk about beyond the class hours. So if you need any help, any doubt solving, anything that you need beyond your class hours, so if you join using the code Parikshan Live, you get that free mentorship. And mentorship is doubt solving beyond your class hours, help you prepare with any strategies, and basically be your mentor till the CAT. So a lot of benefits if you join using this code Parikshan Live, and now I think is the best time to join. Yes. And one more announcement. The other announcement is, yes, do test yourself. It's not just sufficient to keep learning, right? Do test yourself. Where do you stand using the scholarship test on Unacademy? For that also, you can use the code Parikshan Live to enroll for free. And anytime you have a doubt, make use of the Ask a Doubt feature on Unacademy. Yes, I think that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the class because I showed you something very awesome. Please practice it and then you'll be able to master the technique that I showed you today. Till tomorrow, till we meet the next time, it's goodbye.